Alright guys, it's William. In this series of video, I'm going to show you how to use Clip Studio Paint. In fact, I'm just very new to Clip Studio Paint. I often use Blender, the Grease Pencil, Photoshop, but recently I want to start to create my own like web comic, something like that, and so that's the moment when I encounter Clip Studio Paint. I think it's a Japanese software, and I got two versions. One is English, the other is Japanese. I think from the like the data, like the studio, like the YouTube studio data, I think most of you guys speak English, so I'm going to use English to demonstrate and some of the tips, as well as some the like tutorial of how to use this, and maybe in the future I will create a series of how I use Clip Studio Paint to create my own hopefully webcomic. Alright, so Clip Studio Paint right now is like a 3.0 version, and if you open that, you'll get a sort of a workspace like this. And the first thing that you need to do if you want to follow this is to, of course, to buy Clip Studio. You can get two way of buying this. One is sort of like a rented, like a Photoshop, so you can buy a like a year plan and just try things out, and you got some sort of like a trial, free trial period. And of course you can just actually bought this and own this software, and it's really cheap when you compare the subscription to Photoshop. It's just I think it's 50 US dollars, and you can get like the Pro version, and it's something called Pro version, the X version. If you want to follow this tutorial, the X version is the best, but the Pro version will suffice if you are not like doing crazy animation stuff or like a really big comic multi-page thing. You can always do that in other software, but if you want to do that, you can just follow me using the X version. Most of the time, I think 99% of the software will be exactly the same, right? So if you want to follow along, the best way to do it is just to go to his default setting. I know this seems daunting, and I don't know why I got a lot of Japanese character. Luckily I speak Japanese, so I understand it, but I think for most of you guys who just got some weird settings, and you got Japanese, and especially I think we got like a Japanese brush. I don't know, I don't know why it's here. Maybe it's just that I installed the Japanese version first and then install English version. I bought the Japanese version, like version 1, and then I bought the English version as well. So it kind of like inherit the Japanese brush. But if you like encounter problem like this, don't worry. Just some of the brush name got it, and we can always rename it, always customize it. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And by the way, if you want to follow this, you better just go to the window, and you can just do workspace. You just click reset to default. Okay. And you just click this, and you just go back to this default state, and you just got exactly the same workspace like me. It's really daunting, especially if you haven't used this kind of software before. You can get really messy, so because everything is like really customizable. Okay, so you can just move things around, so you can get like the online things. Okay, you can get all this sort of thing, and you can adjust that. You can drag it. You can just go here. You can even got some comic like 3D models for free, by the way, and of course you can buy that. There are a lot of like not free sort of thing. And I don't know what about you, but I got a lot of Japanese thing, and I think I searched it and say that the Japanese version got like a few version like newer than the English version. I'm not sure. I use English version for recording tutorial. I sometimes use the Japanese version to make like art for myself. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. So if you got a really messy, just go to here and go to workspace. You can reset to default, and voila, you got as good as new. Okay, so when you open the file, you can just new this, and you can choose multiple settings. I mainly use this for comic, so I often use comic setting, and of course if you just want it for illustrations, totally okay. Alright, and you just new that, and you got like illustration settings ready. And yeah, basically in this video we can just get yourself familiar with the drawing environment, right? So we got a navigator here. So if you choose like the pen, okay, this is pen setting. I don't know why it's in Japanese, but this is just pen. If you're using like a complete English version, I don't know, maybe maybe some like a fundamental settings here is Japanese. Okay, so I don't know what the heck is going on, but I will introduce you guys shortcut. So you can just say pen, and you just press P, just automatically choose pen. And if you got like a pencil sort of thing, you got a P as well. Okay, so you can sort of rotate all this. But if you're gonna want to go to like a brush, so you can just B to brush. Okay, so then you can draw on our canvas. Okay, let's just choose the G pen. I think it's a really interesting pen, and I bought this G pen. Is like a dip pen. Okay, so you have to like a dip. Of course, you can just use the color picker here. You can just dip in the water, dip in ink. Sorry about that. Dip in ink, and you can draw on it, and you can get a really varied like sizes. And the biggest thing that I think is really different from Photoshop is that the default brush size is so much nicer, especially if you want, you know, drawing manga sort of style, something like that. You can get all that sort of default setting. It's really interesting and really convenient. Okay, and you got tons of tool to work with. Okay, and what I'm doing, I just demonstrate this. Okay, this is G pen. You can get like a Lialu G pen. Okay, so like a Lialu, maybe it's a real G pen, something like that. Malu pen. Okay, so it's like a really Malu, like the sphere. And you can go all sort of settings. Yeah, and the thing that I think is really interesting is that everything can be collapsed. We got like a one arrow and two arrow here. So one arrow means that you want you know, just expand it, and of course you can totally hide it, but also you can just dock it. It's like collapse this. Okay, but you can also use this later on. It's not going to completely hide everything. Okay, so still you got some sort of icon here. Okay, so you can just hide it, but you can still select while you need it and hide it, and click here you need it, and then hide it. Okay, so you can save you a lot of real estate of your screen. And so for example here, you want to you know, hide here. So for example, you got a really big canvas, something like that. Let me just erase this part. Okay, so you draw on here, but you want to, you know, draw left, but without actually moving. Of course, you can just use spacebar, click, and then drag and move. But you don't want to move. Okay, you just want to hide here. You can just go here and you hide. You got some like icon here, and you can just you know, collapse this and unclap this, and of course you can totally hide it. Okay, give you more space. You got two arrow here. We can unclapse. Okay, we can unclapse. Okay, and you can hide it. We can get a sort of icon here. Okay, it's really convenient. Okay, and yeah, I got so many default brush that works so great. And let's talk about one of the you know, the likeliest subject of all is navigation. I love how intuitive this software navigation is. Okay, so mainly I use navigation. I use spacebar to grab it and click, and then drag. I can move it around. I can pan, and I can do it by command and plus. As you guys can see, here is the area that I focused. Got really nice navigation at the right, top right corner here, and I can zoom out. Okay, click, drag, pretty simple. And of course, I can even rotate. I seldom use to rotate in Photoshop, but I suddenly find that Clip Studio Paint got a rotator and I love it. Okay, if you want to rotate, just Shift and Spacebar. Okay, just click this too. If you're using Shift, just using Shift is just like you are drawing something like a really straight line, something like that. You can do that, especially you are using maybe just like a Nalu pen, something like that. Okay, you can sort of click and drag it. You got a really nice like perspective, something like that. You can do something like this. Okay, you just click it and you can drag it, all sort of thing. But if you're using space, Shift and space, you just got like a rotation arrow, and you can just click and rotate it. Okay, this way you can just rotate your canvas. Okay, and then you can get like a really nice angle, then you can draw it. Okay, so for example, some of time I got this like a really hard line that I don't know how to draw it. I just use this, so I can always draw line much better. Okay, this is a really good experience. And of course, if you want to reset this, so you want to return to normal, how to do that? Pretty simple. You just Shift and Spacebar. At the same time, you're holding it, but you double click, and you just go back to normal setting. That's perfect, right? And of course, I love this setting is to like get all this canvas that's at the optimal size. So just take the maximum amount of space possible. So how to do that? You just Command and 0. Okay, so it will just give you take right now you just take a maximum height. Of course, if you got more space taken by the left and right, of course, then you can use the Command and 0, and will fit the space accordingly. Okay, that really depends on the settings of your workspace. Okay, and and of course you can drag it, and you can rotate this. Right, it doesn't really matter as long as you are comfortable with the angle that you're facing, and you can do all that. Okay, I think that's pretty much all for this video, and in the next video we'll continue to talk about like the basic maneuver, basic instruction of Clip Studio Paint. Okay, see you, bye. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumb up, alright?